Hi guys, it's Khalil from Team Shift here behind the camera, and today we have Tom Knapper. Tell us what you did and what you played.
Hi guys, so this past weekend was YCS Utrecht. I managed to get top 64 with a pure Tearlaments list that we cooked up. So yep, really successful weekend. Yep, I'll show you what I played.
Yeah, perfect. Let me show you what you played.
So let's say pure Tearlaments. So obviously you're gonna play all of them. So 3 Reinhardt, 3 Sharon, 3 Helmness, 3 Merle. These are the best cards in the deck. You want to see them, you want to draw them, you want to send them, you want to mill them. The deck was incredibly kind. Milling these were incredible. My mills were insane through Swiss. Unfortunately, at top 64, my opponent milled a lot better than I did. But yeah, like these are non-negotiable. You have to play all of them. You need, like you say, you need to see them. Merle being level 2, especially with the synergy that it has with Elf, is insane. Sharon's insane for the ranked 4 toolbox that we played. So yeah, standard 12 cards. I played the Brandon High Spirits engine, so I played the Albion. Insane again, allowing you to play through things like Reaper and even allowing you to play in the draw phase, which is incredibly useful to dodge things like Effect Veiler. Plus, this is a nice upstart goblin, even if you draw it. It's never dead. It's a good card to put back to mate with the Tearlaments to summon Mud Dragon. So yeah, solid engine all weekend.
Yeah, the Mud Dragon seems like a nice interaction.
Oh, it's mad. Never been able to be targeted is absolutely insane. And then hand traps. I played 3 Effect Veiler. 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Ghost Mourner, and 3 Effect Veiler. Yeah, we wanted as much negation as possible, so Veiler and Mourner were insane. Especially Mourner being able to hit things in the draw phase, like hugging, and if the mirror is on the High Spirits engine, you can hit Kit Killers. Plus the extra burn damage does actually come up if they're having to link things off. The last hand trap I did play was 3 Imperm. I'll just stick this here. So 12 hand traps in all. Ash is obviously generic enough to play. I think it's good enough to play now. A lot of people weren't playing it for a while, but it is good enough, like because of Hugin and Fountain. So I think it qualifies to actually worth being played. Imperm is still my favourite hand trap because it's the best 6th card that you can draw. But no, this was a sleeper pick for me. I loved it all weekend. I've been playing it for the past few weeks and it's never let me down, especially this weekend. It was incredibly good. And then on to spells. So 4 field spells. So yeah, Planet is insane. It's 3 insane effects on 1 card with no drawback. Yep, being able to make your board bigger, being able to get your double pop or your pop and your spin with Kaleido Heart is absolutely mad. In the mirror match, if you've got this and your opponent doesn't, you're always in front. Like I said, on High Spirits, a lot of people sort of didn't understand how this worked, and shows that a lot of people just haven't explored the engine. The engine's mandatory, I think. Even going forward into Darkwind Blast format, it's even better because of the new Cartasia card that the deck gets. So we'll definitely be experimenting with that. Plus, it's a recurable instant fusion. It's literally what it is. It allows you to play in the draw phase, allows you to play in your opponent's turn. It's really cool when you have Planet, because when you're fusing, you can easily make an interruption like that. So yeah, absolutely insane. I think if you're not playing it, you really need to. Last few spells, 3 Cosmic. Into absolute, again, another incredible card for the weekend. Hitting things like Fountain, Sulik in the mirror, just stray set cards like Smashers. Floodgates like Rivalry, it's insane. I didn't come up against any Mystic Mine all weekend, which was the main reason that you would play it, but Fountain almost doubles as like the Mystic Mine target now. It's just, that card is just, that card is just a fan-made card. So hitting that at every opportunity was insane. But yeah, like this, being able to main this was really good because it was going either in the main or in the side. So being able to play all 3 in the main means I didn't have to side any. 2 Desires, yeah, this conflicts with the High Spirits engine in a way. But what's cool is that if you see High Spirits, a Aqua tier and the Desires, you get to put the Albion to the bottom of your deck before you even play Desires, so you've got no danger of actually banishing it, which is really cool. But yeah, it says draw 2. When you're playing hand traps, like, yeah, the more cards you see, the merrier.
So there's that reverse stacking.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Legally. The last spell is Instant Fusion. This card should have been banned alongside Snow. The last 2 cards in the main deck were 2 Sulik. I didn't want to play one mainly because of desires, but it's also nice to just open it sometimes if you go first. I side up one when I'm going second, but like being able to open this so you can search Merle off of Kit Kalos is really cool. Yeah. That's the main deck. That's 40 cards exactly. I'm not sure if I would change anything. Going into Darkwind Blast format, obviously things will change, but side or extra?
We can do extra first and then side.
Cool. That's fine with me. So yep. So the extra deck, 2 Kit Kalos and Kaleido Heart for the Tearlaments fusions. These cards are absolutely absurd. Kit Kalos is just it's such a good card. Like being able to just summon it on either player's turn, it's just a consistency card. It's a very, even with a field spell, it's a 2/8 beater, and again 3 insane effects on one card. Kaleido Heart is obviously the big meat of the fusion package, but yeah, like it and Planet go together really well. Mud Dragon, which we mentioned earlier, is absolutely insane. Being able to, if you open Reno Heart and instant fusion, like this card is just absolutely ridiculous. So you just summon it as a water and then summon the Reno Heart, and then you can resolve your Reno Heart without getting impermed or veiled. And then as you send your tier, you can activate your tier effect and then chain Mud Dragon to change it to a dark. And that way, when your Kit Kalos get summoned, that can't be targeted either. It's just a card that never can ever be targeted, that can also make other things untargetable, is insane. Like with Elf in the format, we know how targeting is, or being protected from targeting is actually huge. Garura, this is the best, one of the best TCG cards that they've ever made. Just the synergy with being able to use like Merle and this to make Elf and getting a draw is just insane. It gets even better in Darkwind Blast format, which hopefully, if events go well, we can show that off. Dragostapelia, yep, you're playing fusions, so you can always put recycle things like Mud Dragon and Garura in your Kit Kalos for this. This is also really good with Planet, because it's a 3/2 beater. Plus it's a level modulator, which is kind of important, or I'd say kind of really important against Sprite, because you can prevent them from summoning from hand a lot. But it also came up in the mirror match for me when I hit a Reno Heart, and it made a level 1, so my opponent couldn't make Redoer with a Sharon, which was actually kind of cool. And the last fusion, low-key my favourite fusion, mainly because of the High Spirits engine of the D3S rug. After this weekend, it's never going to see play again because of a rule loss, but it's been good while it lasted. So yeah, necessary for the High Spirits engine, maybe the only target. But Xyz, like I said, we have a little bit of a rank 4 toolbox. So we've got Reader, which is absolutely insane with Sharon, even with like Reno Heart sometimes, that you can free up a card and you get double fusion that way. Yeah. Dweller, necessary for the mirror match. Also, you can make it to a 2200 attack with Reno Heart and Mud Dragon. Baguska, I only summoned this twice, and it was against Flunderies. But essentially, it gave me a chance to just play the game, because you can switch an M-Pen to defense mode, and it's like 1000 defense, I think. So this can then go to attack mode and swing over it. Yeah. The Cowboy for time rules. At Utrecht, it was 45-minute rounds. So I only went into time twice, and this came up both times. High Spirits on its own, I realised towards round 5, I think it was. High Spirits on its own is Cowboy, if you go in uninterrupted. So that was cool. And then Zeus. Zeus is cool because you can, with Baguska, because you can switch things to defense mode, then Baguska can just even hit something that's bigger than it, and it will live, and then you can Zeus your opponent. So that was all the Xyz that I played. And then the last 3 cards were the links, that being Elf. This card was a mistake. This card's way too generic. It's the fact that it's more abusable outside of its own archetype sometimes. Like with Merle, just being able to send cards is just crazy. Being able to reborn link monsters like IP and stuff is just crazy. Dark, in the mirror match, this card's insane because you can take Kit Kalos, or you can take like a Merle if you need to mill 3 cards. A lot of the time, this is the gateway to this card, Underworld Goddess. We noticed that a lot of people were planning on playing Mech Knight Avramax, the Link 4 that's non-targetable, nor just can't be destroyed by card effects due to IP. Then this was like the most generic removal that we had, because you can't attack over it. So yeah, this I came up against the Runic Sprite matchup 3 times. I won 2 and drew against the 3rd because of this card. Like, Avramax was the only reason that I was struggling with that matchup. But when we started playing this, it got a lot better. So, yep, that's the entire extra deck. And then finally, the side deck. 3 draw. We decided on this because of like weird sort of quote-unquote could be awkward matchups like Floowandereeze and things like that, maybe even Drytron. I played Floowandereeze twice in Swiss and this won me both rounds. Yeah, this card's actually really cool. Against like Danger, Tearlaments, you can play it as well. I probably wouldn't recommend it against Runic Sprite because they do everything in the draw phase. But going forward, this could be Spellbound, I think, the new TCG card that we're getting. Never mind Garura being good, that's also a very good TCG card. 3 Dark Hole. This was like a last minute thing from my discovery, from what Carl was saying. This card is like really cool, being able to out like Mystic Mine if you have the field spell. You can clear your own board, and if you Dark Hole a Tearlaments monster off a board, you can just trigger it to fuse, and then the field spell will pop the mine, which is insane. But it's also like cool against like awkward decks, like even like Exorcister and Floowandereeze, where you can clear like problem monsters like Empen and the Barrier Statue and Magnifica. I never played it against any Exorcister, but I saw plenty of Shifter, which wasn't very nice. But yeah, this card has applications. Also, like you can free yourself from things like Rivalry. And then 3 Evenly Matched, the best side deck card I think you can be playing at the moment. Like it's the best going second card. The only thing that stops it really is Carrot. Like not many decks are playing Toad, especially the Runic Sprite deck. It's just not playing Toad. So yeah, even against the mirror match when they set maybe like 4 or 5 cards on board if they open the field spell, yeah, it's pretty good. That's another thing I'll mention about the High Spirits engine that plays around this card. Because if your opponent just evenly matches, you can use Chain the High Spirits. And then once that evenly resolves, you can fuse into a fusion monster. So at least you still have something like a Dragastapelia or a Kit Kalos for follow-up. Same with how Yugioh works. 3 Skill Drain. We figured that this was like the best going first sort of floodgate that you can play, because you set up your board and then you go to your opponent's turn, you can use all your interactions that you have, and then if they still have more, you can flip Skill Drain. You can also out it on your own as well when you have the field spell, and you can just pop it at your own leisure. And then the last 3 cards, sorry, were 2 Judgment and the Appointer. Appointer going to 1 doesn't mean it's not bad. You still play it. It's better than playing 3 Judgment because it's in total it's less life points if you open both. Obviously, halving your life points twice is worse than going minus 2,000, then paying half of 3,000. So you're 1,000 life points up. But yeah, like these are more going first cards. These are evenly deterrents, unless you're like a fellow member, Cameron, who played a pointer against his opponent and had double evenly put on him. Bless him. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, that was the deck. Like I say, things will change because of Darkwind Blast format. But yeah, that's everything.
Cool. Congratulations, Tom. Really nice top.
Thank you very much.
Is there any shout-outs you'd like to give before we head off?
Shout outs to everyone on the team for making it such a fantastic weekend. It's been amazing. Finally got over the last hurdle, took that extra step. Hopefully next time I'll go a bit further into Top Cut. But yeah, and shout outs to everyone else who was there at the event for making it such a magnificent weekend, and I can't wait for the next.
Cool. Congratulations. And
Cheers. Thank you.
that's the end of the channel.
Because of